and then that turns into Charlotte versus Belair.
Oh, and just fuck you, Asuka. We're done with you. Get back to the line. Championship celebration. So I mentioned before they did the segment with Belair where she wasn't going to come out because she is getting her rematch. Keep that in mind because the segment is going to throw a big wrench into that. So Asuka comes out and Adam Pearce is out there with her. He presents her with a new World Heavyweight Championship. The official name is the WWE Women's Champ. So no Raw Women's Champion, no SmackDown Women's Champion, just the Women's Champion.
Which leaves me with a lot of questions.
Yes, it is going to then ask what happens with Rhea Ripley's title.
Right. Does she get a new belt? Is it get a new name? Is her belt going to be like a little white strap version of Seth Rollins' belt?
It would leave you to believe that's where they're going. She's going to have a new title. They're going to but yeah, so they're going to call it the Women's Heavyweight Championship. Well, they can't do that because, that's body shaming the women. We call it the Heavyweight Championship. So I don't know what they're going to call it. Maybe they I guess, and they don't like the whole Divas thing. So you can't call it the Divas Championship.
Nope.
Like, we're really out of names here.
And I don't know, man. It just seems like it kind of automatically devalues Ripley's title. I don't have a dog in the fight. Well, no, I do. I like Asuka. But at the same time, I like logic. And it just doesn't make sense to me that they would prop up this title when they have two of them.
Well, I think in just time, again, they're going to debut another title for Rhea Ripley. They're just going to, strip away the Raw and SmackDown title of it. It's not going to be like a brand specific title. Mm-hmm. It's going to be just like a world championship. Maybe that's what they call it. The Women's World Championship. And then Asuka has the WWE Women's Championship.
So dumb.
Yeah, they're going to have to workshop the name, obviously. Likely.
The women especially, they should only have one belt. Everybody should just have one fucking belt, but the women especially, it's not big enough to have two fucking rosters.
Yeah, especially when there's no brand split.
Right. And especially when you have matches like Shotzi versus, who the fuck did she wrestle?
She lost to
Io Sky. Like, that's just such a mismatch. Wait until Liv Morgan comes back.
Well, I mean, she's not going for any titles. So
who?
Well, I hope she didn't go for another title again. Shotzi.
Oh. She wrestled Ronda for the women's title.
Yeah, inexplicably.
Yeah, didn't she just get done with trying to go for the tag team titles?
Yeah, talking about a singles title. She's not getting a singles title.
Oh, well.
And again, they did that because War Games. She got the title match at War Games.
Okay.
And you debunked my whole theory that it was because she had a tank that they were putting her on War Games.
Oh, yeah. But what do you think of the title itself?
So, I don't have a big problem with it. I don't care for the look of it. It just reminds me of playing a video game and you get the skin in the item shop and then a few months later they release the same item, just different colors.
Yeah.
And they sell it to you again. That's all that's happening here. They're just reskinning the titles.
It does seem kind of lazy.
Yeah. They did absolutely nothing to change the look.
Yeah, I don't understand why you're going to unveil a new championship and it's just a different color.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of Cody's fault because, he was playing around that he's going to bring back the Winged Eagle and he got us all excited.
Well, I appreciate the World Heavyweight Championship design. That's at least new. You might love it or hate it, but it's new. It's not a reskin. Why couldn't they do that with the other belt? Why not just do something different? Why stick to the same shit?
Because they're lazy.
Well, and furthermore, it's the same thing with the women's belt. Why would you not differentiate between the two? If you want it to be its own thing, if you want them to be respected, treat them as their own thing. Not as like a lighter version. That's exactly what it is. A lighter version of the main title. Symbolic. The men's title has the black strap. That's the men's.
Yeah.
Women's title has the light strap. That's lighter.
Yeah. If there's and that's what it is. It's literally Roman Reigns' title. Just with a different color strap. So
they could have done
that would give you the idea that if the writing's on the wall, they're going to do Seth Rollins' exact title, reskinned as white, and then that's going to be Rhea Ripley's title. And again, what they name that, they're going to have to work on that.
Right.
I can't do it for them. They're going to have to do it. So they got 713 writers.
It's just dumb. I don't know what they're doing. Like, they're trying to do too much. I think they're trying to be too clever.
I think it's just like changing the system, I guess. They just wanted to reintroduce a new wave of titles. I say it's because they introduced these titles so they can get them out in the item shop so people can buy their little replicas. But yeah, that's the new introduction of the belt. Now, after the belt was presented to Asuka, that basically rang the dinner bell to let Charlotte Flair know there's a new title. And without hesitation, her music plays over the PA system and down to the ring walks Charlotte Flair.
I just want to say that I said this last week that they probably gave Asuka the belt just for Charlotte. Not necessarily in those words, but that's basically who they're saving Asuka's title for.
Yeah. And so, yeah, remember she was on vacation, but her vacation was cut short because there was a new title introduced. She was back on TV. As she walks out to the ring, she basically challenges Asuka for her new title. Adam Pearce says, "Wait a minute, there's a line. You got to get in line." Charlotte Flair has this line that says, "She made the line." Woo! And you had the idiots in the attendance wooing along with her.
She doesn't do it nearly as well as Rick does.
Yeah, but yeah, you have the idiots in attendance wooing along with her, encouraging all this. And Charlotte Flair officially challenges Asuka. I think Asuka accepts. She went Chinese, so or Japanese, whatever it is.
It's Japanese.
Yeah, she went full Japanese and then said something in English at the end. So I think she said she accepted. And she tried to blow mist in Charlotte's face. Charlotte ducked it and
she gave her the big boot.
Yes, fought off Asuka. That's how the segment ended. Now, I did mention right before the segment, and I said keep hold on to this. I mentioned Bianca Belair was just promised a rematch, and then now you have Charlotte Flair just waltzing out there. Forget about the rematch. Charlotte Flair just walks out there, says she's the front of the line now because she doesn't wait in line because she is the line. So I guess where are we going with Bianca now? Obviously, that the writing on the wall here is that Charlotte's going to challenge Asuka. Bianca is going to interfere. Maybe Bianca is going to be the heel in this whole thing, and then her and Charlotte are going to go off and do a program on their own, probably for SummerSlam. That seems to be where they're going.
Oh, see, I thought they were Charlotte wins against Asuka, and then that turns into Charlotte versus Belair.
Oh, and just fuck you, Asuka. We're done with you. Get back to the line.
Yeah, because I can totally see them doing that.
Well,
because they can't even give her like a whole moment with her new championship. Like she was supposed to have a moment in WrestleMania, but they fucking dicked her out of that just so Bianca, the lesser talent, could have a certain amount of days with her fake reign. So she finally gets her belt back, and they give her a new championship belt, not necessarily made for her, but it's made during her reign. And as she's awarded it, Charlotte just gets to come out, steal her moment, and then basically schedule a date Asuka's going to lose, more than likely. It's kind of insulting.
Yeah, I think this is just a troll job. They're throwing Charlotte out there because this just happened with Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
And it happened with other people. The other way I saw it going was it being a triple threat match. And I guess to skip forward a little bit, right after the segment, Adam Pearce is backstage. In walks Bianca Belair. And before she even says a word, he's like, "I'm going to figure it out." And she just like leaves after that. So maybe they're going to do like a triple threat match. Then Asuka wins that. That's one way of going about it. Or, like I said, Bianca Belair costs Charlotte Flair the title because she's upset that Charlotte Flair skipped in line. And then they go off on their own thing, and then Asuka can still be champion, still have a run. Or option 3 is they go down back to Charlotte. Asuka, thank you for your time. We'll validate your parking.
I just think that they would value Charlotte versus Belair with the title involved
for SummerSlam.
Yeah,
it does also kind of because it's Charlotte Flair, so they got to they got to pad those numbers. So it does. Also, then would make sense that she gets like a short title reign up until SummerSlam to add that to the tally of whatever championship number reign she's on. And then she, in history, can say that she has held this title too.
Oh, and totally unrelated, but I found out the reason why Asuka dresses like a 70s porn star as she's emulating how some Yakuza dress.
Okay.
Which I found kind of interesting.
All right. So, yeah, that's the brunt of that segment. We will see where they're going with that.